Welcome and Happy New Year to everyone. I was thinking about the ways, not just in 2025, but all the years, maybe the last 5 years, especially how much I've changed when I was thinking in gratitude to the divine. And I just started to go on, and before you know it, it was like, okay, you can stop here. There's been so many changes, and I just wondered, is that just something I do? Do you ever stop to think about all the ways that you've changed for the better? Like, what about you has changed that makes you able to handle life's challenges better? Keep a calmer head about yourself when things get heated. Anything like that. You may really not congratulate yourself, or at least acknowledge it, at the very least, that, wow, I have changed. 5 years ago, I wouldn't have seen something that way. I wouldn't have handled that situation that way. I would have made a mountain out of a molehill, So let's see what Spirit has to say about that. I think those changes are going to pay off for us this year in 2026. If you have made rampant, an abundance of improvements, then I think you will see that your life is going to reflect that in 2026. I think we did a lot of growing in 25, though. Oh, loss. Spirit wants to talk about in reference to all this. Though loss may feel like an ending, it is also a transformation that brings wisdom in the midst of sorrow. Even in pain, your soul is expanding, and your journey is still unfolding in divine perfection. So you may be feeling like maybe you had to close the door on a relationship, on a job, on a way that you see things, which was your comfort zone. That can even feel like a loss because you're literally changing a big part of yourself, You can even have to adjust to becoming unfamiliar, like adjust to the unfamiliar ways that you do things, see things. It might have you, other people notice it, but you even are like, wait a minute, is this me? What in the world? But then you smile because you're proud of the changes. But in this case, maybe you feel some loss, some pain behind it. In that case, Spirit is saying, focus on the good parts of what this change or this loss means. What did it open the door to? Okay, so you closed the door on that. But now, on the flip side, what are you open to? What is it making space for? What is available to you now? Anything else? Okay. Greed. Chasing excess pulls you away from abundance already present in your life. Shift your focus from accumulation to appreciation, and your hunger for more will be replaced by the joy of what already is. Yeah. I just think about handbags, for instance. Suppose you get a new handbag by you have 3 favorite designers. You must get the new edition, when it comes out. In fact, you're on a wait list or whatever. I don't even know how that thing goes. But you get them all. Every time the red one comes out or green, do you not appreciate the green one you got last spring? Is it just like in a pile heap in your closet? Or maybe you give it away even, and that's awesome if you do something like that to people who would never, I won't say never, who are not at this time ready or able to, purchase that kind of bag. But what I'm trying to say, I'm fighting to say, whatever you really had to have in March 2025, you got it. And still appreciate it, even though it's not the newest or the latest version. Because then it becomes all about accumulation and you never really needed what you were so having to have. It's just about having to have something. It's not about the thing. You know what I mean? So just watch out for that, for the greed. But it seems like that's what we learned and let go of. A lot of us. That greed mentality. Insatiable. One more from here that speaks to the changes and the ways that we have grown up. Oh, two came out. Truth with empathy. Empathy does not excuse. It expands your vision to see as the divine sees. Listen from the heart, not the wound, and you will shift from judgment to understanding. That was empathy. Now read truth. You are not here to conform, but to carry a unique frequency. When you silence your truth to keep others comfortable, you dim the light that was meant to liberate. Speak what is real and true, and do not submit to another's illusions. Seeing beyond any illusions while still being empathetic to a person. So seeing the situation for what it truly is, while understanding they have wounds, for instance. So this is why this person behaves the way that they do. That's truth. But what also is truth is that they need to find a way to manage their healing, or at least correct their behaviors at some point. Because another truth is that you don't have to be subjected to the wounds, to the wounded behavior. It's not your fault. It's not helping them to live that way. So being empathetic, but also facing the truth. Even with your own self, having empathy for your own self and your own wounds, but at the same time facing the truth that life goes on. And you are not still getting wounded. You are not still in that space. And if you are, more so to focus on making changes and leaving whatever is a harmful environment, harmful company. Okay, let's see. Another deck now. What can we get from this? I just pulled two cards from this one. How have we grown in 2025 that's going to improve things for us in 2026? Stuck in lack. Leaving behind the notion, the mentality, the assumption that you are stuck in lack. You have all the resources you need to carry you through, whether it's financial, emotional, or physical limitations that you think you have. It is only ego-based fears taking over. Rein them in and don't you dare give up. I added that, don't you dare, but it does say don't give up. Rein in those ego-based fears. I think a lot of us were working on that in 2025 and beyond. But why I say 2025, I think we all kind of like really put the pedal to the metal and dug in and did some growth. You know, we got serious about things. And we don't expect to stay in a lack situation, even if things around us are not perfect. We know that we have the power to make a difference. We know that we have everything we need, and we don't accept it or expect it. That's sinking your battleship right away, expecting that it's going to stay that way. And some people really still do that. They prepare for it even. One more, please. Okay, I get two every time. Here we go. Reach out with solitude. Ooh, reach out and solitude is like opposites. I like when I get that. Spending time alone is often what we need to know the whispers of our soul. Get to know all aspects of yourself so you can stand on your own in any situation. Balance that with knowing when to reach out. You've isolated yourself and are trying to do everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help, so reach out to ask for support at this time. I think it's saying there's a time to be independent and rely on self, and you'll know that. Your intuition will tell you when it's time for that. But then there's a time when you need to reach out, whether it's for company and being around others, spending a weekend at somebody's house, just chilling, or financially, like, okay, I've done what I can. I relied on myself. Now I need to know, who can I call on right now that's a trusted person that is going to understand and I can be vulnerable with. That is also a thing. So I think that's Spirit's thing, that we learned how to balance that. We know who we can count on or who we can go to and not be judged. And we also know that people will understand when we need a time out and to just be to ourselves, because we are spiritual beings and we do the hermit thing. So that's what I'm thinking from this. Beautiful. Pull a few tarot on this just to see. I'm not going to do the full spread. Do about three tarot cards to reflect what Spirit wants to say here about if they will just come out. It's okay. Here you go. Ooh, okay, that's the first one. Nice one to come out. Get two more. Oh, I like it a lot. One more. I got three. Okay, I'll keep it. I thought about, like, should I put these back? I asked for one more. Not just because ego-based, I asked for one more, but just because, like, is this meant to be part of this reading? Or can I, if it's meant to come back out, it will, type of thing. So it's like a judgment call. And I think that it applies, and I think that Spirit meant for these three. So I'll come. Okay. So we got first the Lovers. Could this symbolize a relationship or your purpose? You on path, your divine masculine, feminine side of you, taking control, going forward in alignment with self so that you can move forward. Or it could be you aligned perfectly with your match, Because we have next to Six of Pentacles. And again, if that's aligned perfectly with the person, it's equal give and take. You give your energy, they give energy back to you. It's no vampiric situation going on. You're not getting sucked out of you and then no replenishing. You give and you get. Or if it's your purpose, something that you do that you love, you're aligned with, it's going to, or it is giving you back what you put out. The energy, the love, everything you put into it, it's giving back to you in 2026. And then we have at the end, the Knight of Cups, taking it as, again, doing something you love. The Ten of Pentacles, wow. So that you can, Four of Swords, rest, take it easy, proceed in peace. Thank you, Spirit, and hallelujah to that. And with that, I will see you all in the next reading.